Welcome to the next episode of the Shameless Freedom Podcast. And today I want to talk about the concept of having a relationship with your body. And I think so many of us, especially at this time of year, we are thinking about wanting to lose weight. We are wanting to eat better, make better choices, drink more water, go to the gym, tone up, strengthen, have that nice butt, toned belly, you name it. And what I'd like to ask you is, are you focusing on working on your body or having a nourishing relationship with it? So over the years, I have had so many women say to me, Jen, you talk about the body. How do you have a relationship with your body? How do you connect with your body? And that's where I thought that this was a really great topic to come here and dive deeper into because I think for so many of us, we have goals of losing weight and toning. And sometimes we don't go to the gym or we don't buy the food, not because we don't know what to do, right? We have all seen the information out there for the most part of if you reduce calories, cut carbs, eat more protein, cut the crap out, right? That you'll lose weight. If you go to the gym, you tone, lift muscle, right? That it will allow you to have that firm body that you are seeking. And yet, so many people have these goals and don't follow through on them. And is it really because of willpower? Is it because of lack of desire? And it really made me stop and think. I'll tell you, my favorite thing is not going to the gym. I don't mind it, but it's not something that I wake up in the morning and I run to say, yes, this is the first thing that I'm going to do every morning. So I have had to seriously think about this from my own life's perspective. And I think so many of us don't do things because it feels forced. It feels disciplined. It feels hard. No one wants to sign up for something that feels like it's hard. And when we choose to do something with an energy that is focused on fixing our bodies, then we're not in the right mindset to be able to achieve and accomplish the goal that we're setting out to achieve. Now, let me explain. So, a lot of times we have these goals, and what we don't realize is that we are unintentionally showing up in an energy that is disciplined, structured, forceful, pushing, as opposed to one that is loving, nourishing, and cherishing. And if I think about what most women that I have talked to want in their life, they want to be loved. They want to be desired. They want to be adorned, cherished by their partner. And if we are putting off an energy that is forcing, pushing, controlling, we are not in that energy of giving that love and nourishment to ourselves. How many of us say things like, I have to do this. I have to go to the gym in the morning. I have to make sure that I eat healthy. Even folks I've seen who have dietary issues, I have to be gluten-free. Almost like it's forced upon them, as opposed to a choice of I'm deciding to nourish and love my body. And I am only going to give my body things that are going to be loving and nourishing. And there's a different energy that you feel behind those. You can have the same activity done, eating healthy foods, going to the gym. But when you're doing it from an energy of, I'll call efforting or discipline, then what ends up happening is you're in this egoic, controlling energy rather than this surrendered and loving energy. And if what we want more of in our life is to manifest more of what we desire, whether it's to lose 10 pounds or to have that toned butt by the holidays, or I should say by summertime, we also have to have the right energy that goes behind it. Otherwise, we will continue to be in this pattern of self-sabotage. I mean, how many of you have gone on a diet, lost weight, and lost it and gained it back again? I've been there. I've done it. I think many of us have. And when you do that from a place of discipline, you can make it happen. However, when you do it from a place of love and nourishment, it's more likely to stay as opposed to be in this cycle of I'm doing this to get a result, as opposed to I'm doing this because I love myself. And I really want people to think about the definition of self-care. I know for years people have said, oh, make sure you're doing enough self-care. And I know for me, I focus on self-care a lot. I've actually been told that sometimes I focus on it too much. And those are folks that don't necessarily understand the concept of self-care. Um, but when you think about self-care, there are so many different layers to it. It's not just taking a bubble bath in the evening to relax, or journaling, or meditating in the mornings. Yes, those are all components of self-care. At the end of the day, self-care is making choices to love yourself. Whether it is drinking enough water, eating nourishing foods, going to the gym, setting boundaries, and not abandoning yourself, making choices that feel in alignment with you, as opposed to people pleasing, doing things that other people want. And I think we forget about the fact that self-care truly is, it's an ongoing thing. I don't think that there is any human who focuses on self-care enough. There is always something more that we can do to nourish ourselves, to provide our bodies with what our bodies need, to provide our mind with what our mind needs, to provide our soul with what it needs. And I invite you to think today. As if you are listening to this around the new year and you have some New Year's resolutions, how are you thinking about your goals for next year? And are you coming at them from the right energy? And you may not think that you're coming at them from a forcing, pushing energy. Trust me, I didn't think that I was for the longest time. I thought I focus on self-care all the time. But if something becomes a checklist, if something becomes forced, if you're doing it to check it off the list and to say you got it done, that's not self-love. I think about my son when he was playing hockey years ago and loves the sport. And when he went away to a special hockey high school, he basically said they took the love out of the game. It was pressure. It was forceful. It became no longer fun. And how often do we do that in our lives? We take something that is supposed to be nourishing and fun, and we suck the life out of it because we turn it into a disciplined routine that we check off the list. And that's not what God wanted for us in our lives. He wants us to enjoy life. He wants life to flow. He wants us to have fun, not take the fun out of eating, the fun out of the game, the fun out of working out, whatever it is. So how can you look at the relationship you have with your body? And are you coming across it from a perspective of I have to, and I'm going to do this so that I can reach this goal? Or is it from a choice of I get to do this and I want to nourish and love my body? Because I promise you, when you begin to love yourself more deeply, everything is always about more self-love, more self-care. You will begin to cultivate and manifest more of those things coming into your life. Come from an energy that is nourishing and loving and cherishing. You are coming up that way in the universe. You're not only giving yourself that kind of love, you're emitting that as part of your being. You're not trying to push, you're not trying to force, you're not trying to make something happen. You're living life and going with the flow and literally being love. If you are interested in learning more of how you can live in this nourishing, loving, adoration energy, I invite you to reach out and talk with me about our Intimacy Redefined program, where we dive deeper into this whole concept of self-love and creating intimacy within. Into me, see is all about a deeper love and connection with self so that you can have that deeper connection with your partner, with your kids, with the divine, with your clients. It is so much more than we truly understand. You will allow yourself to have a stronger connection with your partner, stop feeling like roommates, have a better spark in the bedroom, have better relationships with your kids. Stop feeling like you're people pleasing and struggling and having to hold it all. It's this whole concept of feeling that pressure and that need to be the provider, to be the one who holds it all, carries it all. And let me teach you how to drop that weight. It is possible. You can still be a single mom taking care of your children and surrender that provider role that we play. It doesn't mean that God is not providing through you. It just means you're not carrying it yourself. It's the same thing when it comes to self-care. You don't have to carry it yourself. You can create the support system around you that allows you to show up in that nourishing, loving way. And I invite you to join us, small, intimate group that will dive deeper into this luscious experience so that you can have more time, freedom, money, intimacy in your life.